Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Tarot by Hillary Live. I am your hostess with the mostest, Hillary of tarotbyhillary.com, professional tarot reader, demystifying the mystical and putting you in touch with the most beautiful of gifts, your own intuition. Because yes, my friend, do not argue with me. You do have intuition. I believe everybody has intuition. And I think that we start off as children knowing what we know and knowing a lot more than adults say that we know, and talking ourselves out of it as we grow older, and then having to strip away everything that we thought we learned to get back to what we knew as children. So that's my opinion on where intuition comes from and how to get back to intuition. It's unlearning. So tonight's episode, we do not have a set topic in mind because we are focused this month, the month of November, on National Novel Writing Month, aka NaNoWriMo. So most of my day has been doing my day job, working remotely, doing my night job, which is professional tarot readings, and then also fitting in time each and every day to write my daily word count, which is 1,667 words each day for a 30-day calendar month in order to write a 50,000 word novel. That is what National Novel Writing Month is all about. Founded, I believe, by Chris Beatty. If you want information or more information about NaNoWriMo, you can go to NaNoWriMo.org. I will pull up the link and show it here in just a second. Sorry for the buzzing sound. Hold on. There we go. Fix that. And I will drop it in here to show you, and I will display it on here. Come on. Come on. So that is the focus of this live show, recording live Friday night, November 20th at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you're watching live, welcome. If you're watching the replay, welcome as well. Though we don't have a set topic in mind tonight besides focusing on our writing, me checking in if you are doing this crazy endeavor that is National Novel Writing Month alongside with me. I will give you an update on where you should be on your word counts to keep pace. And if you're not there, don't worry about it. It took me, I don't think I won my first attempt. By winning, I mean writing a 50,000 word novella in 1 month. The first time I participated in NaNoWriMo, I don't think I won. I don't even think I cracked 10,000 words. But I feel like the more that you participate, the more, the more possible it seems, the more motivated you get. And I think that it's an amazing endeavor, even if you don't hit the 50,000 word goal. I think any amount of writing is a good thing, especially if that's something that you really want to do. If you want to write a novel, if that's something that you've always had on your wish list to do, then I think that this endeavor of National Novel Writing Month is a great entry point for you to work towards that goal if that's something that you want to do. So I will open up the space to answer one question for one question readings, one card readings, but specifically focused on your writing, where your writing is going, because that is the focus of this month's episodes. I'm also going to provide to you the astrology of what's going on today and this weekend from the wonderful AstroBiz Digest made by Teresa Reed, aka the Tarot Lady. So we're going to start the episode with that. In the middle, we're going to take some questions about writing. And on the end, I'm going to give you the weekend forecast, which is an oracle card or a tarot card pull to bring you into the weekend, whatever you're doing this weekend. So if that sounds good, go ahead and say yes in the chat or give me a thumbs up or something, and we will be on our way. First of all, I need to hydrate. Hydration is very, very important when you're doing any kind of metaphysical work. Even when you're getting a reading, it's still important to stay hydrated. Also, a reminder, I am available to take on readings at this time. You can just go to my website, tarotbyhillary.com. That is Hillary with one L. And you can book an appointment using my online scheduler. There are phone readings available, email readings available, and Skype readings available. No in-person readings at this time because we are still in the pandemic. And unfortunately, in my neck of the woods, it feels like we're probably going to end up going into another lockdown, which I'm totally fine with because, you know, sometimes we have to do things that we don't like to do, but that are helpful and beneficial and for the sake of the whole, you know, for the public. So be safe. You don't have to, there are some readers out there that are doing in-person sessions, but just, you know, remember to be safe. And if you are seeking out a reading and the person that you're asking the reading from is not doing in-person appointments, please respect that. I promise you, a Skype reading, a phone reading, an email reading is just as good, if not better, than an in-person reading. So those are my 2 cents right there. So let us do the astrology from Teresa. And I will pull that up. Let me make sure I'm on the right week here. Yes, I am. Okay. So let us talk about today and then tomorrow and Sunday. Now, remember, this is from Teresa Reed, aka the Tarot Lady. Yes, she is a tarot reader, but she is also an amazing astrologer. Anything that I know about astrology, or if I sound like I know what I'm talking about, it comes from Teresa. I'm not an astrologer. Putting that out there first. So, Friday has a few challenges, but overall, this is a perfectly fine day for any and all business endeavors. A square between the moon and Uranus at 5:41 a.m. Eastern Standard Time has the trolls out looking for blood. Sleep in and let them eat their own. Remember, this is coming straight from her. Get up a few hours later and hit the online marketing hard all day. Do not get into conversations at 3:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time when the moon squares Mercury. This is a non-productive vibe, best suited for grudge matches and drama. You'll also want to stay out of the inbox at that time unless you like getting mired in petty stuff. At 7:49 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the moon is void, and the news is wild. Close up shop, pour a stiff one, and tune it all out. So today, Friday, is a power day for Aquarius and a weak day for Leo. Everyone got that? Okay. Big stuff shifting this weekend. Saturday morning finds Venus waltzing into Scorpio at 8:22 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Read the info above to learn more. Let's go ahead and do that. 21st. Create intimate experiences for your people when Venus slithers into Scorpio on the 21st. Top secret sales, VIP specials, exclusive sneak peeks. Dole out these rewards to your most loyal fan base. A wee event for only the best of the best would be magical during this transit. Venus will hang in Scorpio until December 15th. Hold on one second. Yes, the sun will also change signs into Sagittarius at 3:40 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Saturday, adding plenty of fiery vibes into the upcoming month. And for Sagittarius, sun in Sagittarius, this is an optimistic transit of the sun and perfect for expanding your vision and your reach. Look for ways to be global with your brand, even if travel is not an option. Speaking of which, travel could be a bit unpredictable this holiday season, so make sure you have alternate business plans just in case. The sun marches into Capricorn on December 21st. So here's looking at you, my Sagittarius friends, my fellow podcast host, Melissa Sonova is a Sagittarius. So here's looking at you, kid. Okay. So the moon is void all day on Saturday. So best for a Saturday away from the office. At 11:06 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the moon will enter dreamy Pisces, which is best suited for self-care. Take the whole weekend off if you can. Recharge, meditate, rest, make art, and let go. Sunday has a sextile with the moon and Uranus at 2:11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, bringing the muses out to play. If you feel called to create or write, do so. So this is an excellent time this weekend for your writing, folks. National Novel Writing Month. Otherwise, enjoy a chill weekend vibe. Saturday is a power day for Aquarius, weekday for Leos. Sunday is a power day for Pisces, and weekday for Virgos. So get to your writing. Hello, Katie. Welcome to the broadcast. Hello, hello, hello. We just finished up the astro weather from Teresa Reed. So if you guys really like this portion of the episode, or for every week we do this, if you enjoyed that portion of the episode with the astrology from Teresa Reed, you can also have this astrology for yourself if you subscribe to the AstroBiz Digest. Go to thetarotlady.com and you can learn more about it. And I believe the subscription is only $99 for a year. And so you're getting the astrology from her all year long, on a monthly and a weekly basis. And you have the astrology each day. It is geared towards entrepreneurs, but I have found it to be very helpful in my personal life as well. So just take that portion with a grain of salt. So thank you, Katie. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see. What am I wearing? Actually, I should show you guys some of the stuff that I got from Ipsy. So I signed up for Ipsy. I don't know what took me so long. So Ipsy is like the Stitch Fix for makeup. And I'm like kind of a baby when it comes to makeup. Like I like what I like, but I don't really know what I'm doing. As you can see right now, I actually don't have any foundation on whatsoever. I have some moisturizer on, so you can still see some of my zits. But I mean, overall, I have relatively clear skin. I'm pretty lucky that way. So I never really used foundation or really tried to use foundation because I've never really had to wear foundation. Actually, I've been talking with my friend who is a burlesque dancer. So she's a showgirl. So she knows how to do her makeup and she knows what to look for foundation and everything. So I was asking her, like, what do you use for foundation? Do you use full coverage? How do you use it? How do I figure out what brand's right for me or what foundation shade is right for me? And so she was telling me about a whole bunch of different recommendations that she had. I think Dermastore or something like that. Dermaskin was the foundation that she used, that she recommended. But I've been looking at different ones and I still haven't figured it out. But if you want to know more about that, let me know. But yeah, I'm using my magnetic lashes tonight. I believe from Moxie Lash. These are the classy lashes that came out of the natural kit. So they're very, they're not as dramatic as some of the other ones, but they definitely do make a difference. I think they make a difference. They're very subtle. So, because I did try on some other ones earlier and I was just like, oh no, that's just too big for what I want to do today. So let me see if I can put on my selfie light here and so you can see. Yeah. So that's those are the eyelashes and the liner is the magnetic liner. Magnetic lashes, they really do work, guys, from Moxie Lash. And then the lower lash line, I used something that I got out of Ipsy, Wander Beauty Skyliner Automatic Gel Eyeliner. So is this what the makeup bloggers do? I don't know. I guess it works, right? So it's like it's not exactly gel, but it's not exactly a pencil either. It's a nice combination, which, you know, normally I don't. You never want to use liquid liner on your waterline, your bottom waterline, because it'll just smudge everywhere and you'll have raccoon eyes. So it's not a good look. So I use that. And then the eyeshadow, I believe, is from Bare Minerals. And so that's like a powder makeup mostly, in the color True. So that's all that I put on my eyes. And then for lips, I got this out of Ipsy too. It was like a duo thing. Instant Crush in Rich from Half Caked. So, oh yeah, is from the little of makeup bloggers I have seen. That is what they do. Good. So it's kind of, this one's kind of like sticky, a little bit sticky, but I like the color. It's nice. So that's it. That's my makeup look. And then I used some like my brow brush from Benefit, where I normally go to get my brows done, but I haven't gotten my brows done since before March. So, and I'm probably not going to. I'll just have to deal with that on my own. So that's my makeup look for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I had to do something during my day job. I had to record a video, so I wanted to make sure that I had my makeup well done before I had to go on camera. And I figured, oh, well, you know, tonight's the weekly show, so I might as well doll myself up for 2 different reasons. So thank you for commenting on my makeup. So we've done the astro weather. I want to open up the floor for 1-card readings. If you have questions, specifically if you were doing writing for National Novel Writing Month. I don't really want to have it be a free-for-all of like, when is he coming back, blah, 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 readings. That's not the forum for this. This is not the point of these episodes. So let me grab my deck here. What is going on? I guess I will grab from, I thought I had my Wild Unknown Tarot, but I've got the box here, but I don't have the cards here. So that one's out. I'll pull from the Pagan Otherworlds Tarot. So. All right. Jackie, I'm not that kind of reader. If you want to know if you're pregnant or not, take a pregnancy test. Any other questions? Oh, I just dropped one of the cards here. I know that Lisa was working on her novel. I don't know if she was necessarily working on her novel for National Novel Writing Month, but I know that she's been working on a new story lately. So I did pull a card for her last week during the episode to see if she was on the right track, quote unquote, for her novel. And I believe I pulled from here, and we had a conversation about, you know, like letting the story be what it is. You know, like remember that for National Novel Writing Month, for National Novel Writing Month, it's much more important to take your inner editor and shove it in a drawer for that month and just get the writing done. You do the writing in November, you do the editing in December. That to me has been the most helpful piece of advice that I've gotten about doing the National Novel Writing Month. And just writing in general, honestly, like you can't, and I should know this from personal experience because I am an editor in my day job. You can't wear those two hats at the same time. It doesn't work. It really stifles the creativity. So my biggest advice for writers is write first, edit later. Write first, edit later. Do the writing, then do the editing. Even when you're brainstorming, do the brainstorming, then do the writing, then do the editing. Do not try and do any of those steps all at the same time because then it's not going to work. You're going to overthink things and you're never going to get the words out on the page to be able to then edit them. So, and speaking of, yes, so hold on one sec. Why is this? Hold on one second. For some reason, I cannot display Lisa's comment here, but she says, no, it's not for NaNoWriMo. It's just my own random inspiration. Good, good. Let me go ahead and refresh this. Otherwise, I have a feeling I have a feeling I'm not going to be able to display some of this, some of the comments. So here's hoping this won't cut out. If it does, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm back. And yet it won't let me display stuff. What is going on here? Ah, there we go. Finally. Whew, that scared me a little bit. Okay. So I would love to ask, since I know Lisa's here right now, how have you been doing on your writing? And have you taken to heart the advice that the tarot gave you from last week? Has that been helping? And what can I help you with for your writing this week? I'm happy to pull a card for you. Remember, I'm going to say it again, folks. This is just in honor of National Novel Writing Month. If you are working on your writing right now, I will pull a card for you based on what blocks you might be having to your writing right now. This is not a general free-for-all, can I get a free reading session, okay? Okay. For those of you who are regulars here, you know the drill. For those of you who are new, this is not the forum for this. If you would like a reading with me, you can book a reading on my website right here, tarotbyhillary.com, okay? Great, awesome. So Lisa says, yes, I have. It was a huge help, just about 5,000 words now. See, like I was saying, I mean, you don't have to be doing National Novel Writing Month. You don't have to have this crazy goal of 50,000 words. It's like any writing that you want to do, it's a good thing. Like just get those words down on paper or get those words down on the screen, type, and let it flow where it's going to flow. I mean, I'm at the point in my novel, I'm, I will tell you, I will display what you should be at your word count if you are participating in National Novel Writing Month. And I will also tell you where I am at right now because I'm a little bit behind. I haven't done my writing yet for today. So I'm going to go ahead and pull a card for my particular story and see if there's anything I need to know. And then we're going to do the weekend forecast, and I'm going to sign off because, folks, if you were here at the top of the episode when I was talking about the astrology, it is not a time to be online. The news is going to be crazy, and the moon is void of chorus. So let's not court disaster, as it were. But from the astrology for this weekend, it looks like writing is really good for this weekend. So kind of perfect if you're working on your writing. Okay. Well, I'm going to assume that this is a good sign for my novel, because actually one of the chapters in the novel that I'm working on, actually all of the chapters have the name of a tarot card, because my main character is a tarot card reader. So this is actually one of the cards that I used for one of the chapters, Knight of Cups. So this is telling me that I need to keep writing a scene that was really, really annoying me last night, but I guess I need to keep going on it. So thank you, Tarot. All right. Anybody else doing the writing? If not, we will move into the weekend forecast. And I, of course, put like a lot of my oracle cards away because I've been cleaning. So I don't know where I put anything. I guess I will do the weekend forecast, not from that deck, not from the Pagan Otherworlds, but I think we're going to do it from the Wild Messengers Alchemical Tarot. So let's do that. Before I go into the weekend forecast, so if you are here for a free reading, this is your free reading for the collective for this weekend, the weekend forecast. So if it makes sense to you, great, take it and be well. If it doesn't make sense to you, you don't have to listen to it. But I do want to remind everybody that I do this every Friday night at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, usually on a different metaphysical topic. We've done so many past episodes. We've been doing this for the last year, over a year. And so I have a ton of archived episodes that you can go to. Feel free. We've done tarot for mediumship. We've done an episode about spirit boards. We've done an episode about tarot and writing, which we kind of did a little bit of a replay of that at the start of the month. But there is an entire episode on tarot and writing too, using tarot to brainstorm writing, plot points, character creation, and also getting unstuck from writer's block. We've done tarot reading for the collective for the year 2020, and that was an eye-opening thing. If you want to see some of our predictions for each month of the of this year, you can go back to the archives. Those are available wherever you're tuning in. If you're tuning in on Facebook, there is an entire playlist of those, and if you're tuning in over YouTube, there is an entire playlist there too. So check out those past episodes, and just know that we do this every Friday night at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So next week, it's probably going to be more of the same and a preview of December's schedule of events. And I'm always open to different suggestions for topics that you want to hear about or you want me to teach. If you want to know about runes, I don't know that much about runes either, but I would love to do some research and bring to you what I find out. We've done episodes on oracle cards, Lenormand. Maybe we'll do an episode on Kipper cards, which I don't know much about either. But I'm always happy to learn and then bring that information to you. But tarot is usually my main squeeze. So let us get in to the weekend forecast. Again, I'm going to be pulling a card from the Wild Messengers Alchemical Tarot by Lola Pickett, with Cosmic Animal Art by Tanya Castile. It's a beautiful, beautiful deck. I believe they're in the process of making a second edition of this deck. So I'm really looking forward to that. I probably won't end up buying it because I have the first edition and I kind of love the first edition. But this is for anyone that doesn't have this deck. Just know that it's okay. They're working on a second edition. You'll be able to get that eventually. Look at the backs of the cards. Isn't they beautiful? Okay. What do we need to know for this weekend? Ooh, we're getting the Fool card, but we're getting it reversed. So to me, that is more of a cautious optimism kind of card. So here is the Fool in this deck. It's beautiful. I think the Fool is a coyote, but I will look it up and I will give you the companion. Yeah, yes, Katie, you're correct. These are very tactile. It is kind of like almost like a DNA kind of spiral snakeskin pattern, and it is in fact tactile. You are correct. It's a beautiful, beautiful deck. So, and I think the website is just like Wild Messengers. Let me look at the website and give that to you guys. Wild Messengers. Arrow. Yep, it's just wildmessengers.com. I will display that. Oh, wait a minute. Let me double check. Yeah, it's saying it's out of stock. But I believe they are working on a second edition if memory serves. So. Right? Yeah, these cards are gorgeous. Really, really beautiful. And I also want to say, you know, there are a couple of decks out on the market that are animal related. And if you're looking for a tarot deck that doesn't have human figures in it, that it's just all animals, I do have two recommendations, but I do prefer this deck to the one that I'm going to say right now. So there are people that like have this love it or hate it reaction to the Wild Unknown Tarot. So this is the Wild Unknown Tarot by Kim Kranz, and it has animals. So like if you see the back of the box here, you've got like butterflies, owls, snakes, cats, looks like a cheetah. So, you know, there's animals and nature brought into the Wild Unknown Tarot, right? But to me, sometimes there was a disconnect in why the cat or why the butterfly or why the owl on that particular tarot card. Like I didn't understand the association between the animal or the point of nature and the tarot association. Like like the Three of Swords not having three swords on it, but it had like three different animals. Like there's sometimes for me, there wasn't enough tarot content in the Wild Unknown Tarot. So I can see why people would be upset about that. Oh, oh, Lucy's here. Hello, Lucy. Yeah, haha, I can't stand the images of the Wild Unknown. See? Exactly. So you're illustrating my point here, dear. Because for me, there has to be a connection between like the symbols on the tarot and the connection to that tarot card. You know, like the Three of Swords, it has to have that feeling of heartbreak. Otherwise, it ain't the Three of Swords to me, you know? So, and hello, Lucy. By the way, guys, Lucy is creating a beautiful, beautiful tarot deck, and I'm just going to show you the Wild Messengers, which is the deck that I'm pulling from right now. But see my image in here. This is Lucy's artwork. I am the Page of Wands in the deck that you're working on, right? Page of Wands? Feels very Page of Wands. So if you're interested in that, please check out Lucy's work. It's amazing. That just made my day that I'm just like, I'm in a tarot deck. Yes. So yeah, as you're saying, Lucy, Page of Wands. Thank you. The Wild Messenger looks beautiful. It is. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous deck. I'm upset that it's out of stock, but I think they are working on a second edition. So let me hold that up again. Nice. So I would recommend 2 decks if you're looking for animal related tarot decks. So one of which is the Wild Unknown, but I do understand why some people do have that love it or hate it kind of reaction, because to me, the animals don't match up as much as they should, or as much as I think they should, for the tarot meanings. However, the second option, I believe, has a much greater match between the animals used and the tarot meanings behind the different tarot cards. You'll see why in a second. They had an amazing companion book that came with it, which of course I don't have to hand right now. I don't know where I put it. It's underneath this pile somewhere. Yeah, of course, it's underneath. It's underneath my pile, but I have a PDF. I have a PDF version, so you'll see in a second the reason why I prefer this deck over the Wild Unknown with its usage of animals, okay? So let me see here. Give me a second. I need to pull up my PDF. Wild. Because I need to tell you what the Fool says. Ooh. All right, that went full screen there. Hold on one second here. Fool. All right. Give me a second, guys. Oh, it's it's a coyote. The Fool is a coyote for this particular deck. Oh boy. Wow. So Coyote, the Fool, the phase of alchemy is calcination. All right, let me make sure that everyone's still with me here. And Lucy says, to me, the images of the Wild Unknown look depressing. Haha. Well, yeah, they are. They can be, for definite. I mean, there are certain cards that are definitely not depressing, but there are others that it's like too monochromatic, too black and white. You know, like there's just something about it that people really do have. Like there's not a middle of the ground kind of reaction with regard to the Wild Unknown. I don't know why. That's just what I found with different clients. They either love the deck or they hate it and they want it as far away from them as possible. There's no middle ground. I'm like, okay. And they look so mystical. These ones, yeah. Lindita is asking, can I ask a question? We're doing the weekend forecast right now, Lindita. So this is your reading if you're asking for a reading. This is a weekend forecast for the collective. So let me go ahead and read from the companion book. You're going to see why I prefer this deck to the Wild Unknown. So again, this is the Wild Messengers deck. So this comes not only with meaning, but it also comes with an invocation, the meaning, coyote speaks, so the animal on the card speaking, and also reflection prompts as well. So I don't know if every card out of the deck does this, but since this is the Fool card that we're getting, I think that just has more to say in the companion book. So the invocation for Coyote is, Coyote, help me take a leap of faith. It's time to return to the beginning before I knew anything, before my mind was filled with stories and influenced by experience. May I view the world with new eyes and remain humble as I embrace the unknown. I call upon the medicine of the fool who, not knowing any better, walks into the abyss. I release control and surrender to the flow. There is wisdom in this. So that is our invocation from Coyote, the Fool. Let me make sure I pull this, make this a little bit smaller so that I can still see that I'm broadcasting here and see your comments as well. What is going on here? Let me, ooh, I zoomed in a little bit too much there. All right, that's better. Yeah, exactly. That's the success of the art, right? When it provokes strong emotions in people. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So technically speaking, Wild Unknown is doing its job, right? Okay. So that's the invocation from the Fool, Coyote. Let us get more into it. It is not time to worry. So remember, this is the weekend forecast, guys. It is not time to worry about all the what ifs when it comes to potential outcomes ahead. Coyote prances into your cards when it's time to release control, as well as any anxiety or worry you hold about your next steps. What would happen if you erased all of your stories about how things don't work for you, or how you compare to other people? What could be possible if you stopped tracking your progress against the arbitrary, perhaps age-related milestones you've set for yourself? Coyote asks, can you laugh at yourself? Can you try and lighten up about your purpose and step into a place of wonder and enjoyment as you walk this path? In nature, coyotes are remarkably adaptable, able to thrive in almost any environment, from urban cities to rural expanses. Their adaptability stems from their openness and brazen self-confidence. Coyotes' self-trust enables them to do what it takes to survive and thrive no matter where they wander. Can you trust yourself to have your own back no matter what? Can you trust that regardless of what unfolds, you'll be able to understand, integrate, and evolve? Maybe the Fool is blindly optimistic, but perhaps that's the short-sighted take on this iconic card. For example, if one chooses to saddle themselves down with stories and fears about why things might never work out, how can they ever make the leap into the unknown? How does that stifling of the self help anyone's highest good? There's a lot more in the guidebook, which I'm not going to get into, but it's a lot. It's a very, very powerful card, and you can see how Coyote does match up with the Fool's energy, and vice versa. So Coyote speaks. Regardless of how individual it seems we all are, we're each swimming in a genetic soup of at all moments, surrounded and influenced by the bacteria, viruses, resiliency, and antibodies of all beings with whom we come into contact. No matter how much we might wish for isolation at times, it's physically impossible. Gee, why does this sound so familiar, guys? You can't help but be deeply influenced and affected by the people with whom you spend the most time. Not only because your behaviors reinforce each other, but because your bodies are communicating with each other on a cellular level. Do you want to carry forward traits and behaviors that help you take positive risks, embody health and vitality, uphold self-confidence, and otherwise contribute to a safe environment for wonder and discovery? I hope the answer is a yipping yes. If so, you must objectively assess your relationships. Are they supportive of your wonderment and evolution? You're beginning anew, again and again. If your pack doesn't elevate you, seek a few supportive allies to share the beliefs, traits, faith, and courage that you want to embrace and step into. And then, dear one, make the leap. So, reflection prompts: what is the current payoff of your limiting beliefs? How do these limiting beliefs protect you? What would be the opposite of your limiting beliefs? And how could you embody the opposite, even if you don't currently believe it to be possible? Also, what do you know you need to do but have been avoiding? Writing for me. Coyote is all about acting as if, but it's not about pretense. It's about, exactly as the word suggests, action. How would you behave if you didn't put limits on your potential? What actions would you take if you were already the future self you dream of becoming? So what I usually do for these weekend forecasts is that I read from the guidebook if it is there or if it is applicable, and then I add on my own interpretation. But I don't really think that I need to add on, because that companion book, the guidebook, has so much information and so many good interpretations of Coyote, of the Fool, that I don't think I need to add to it, besides the fact that I did pull this card reversed. So there are some tarot readers that don't read reversals for tarot cards. They just read 78 cards upright, and they kind of intuit where a blockage or a miscommunication may be in the cards. Me, I like to see the visual. So like when I see a card reverse, it to me is a visual representation of a blockage, a miscommunication of the energy. There's something blocking the upright meaning of this card. That doesn't mean that it's negating the message that's there. It's more like, what is preventing us from beginning something new? What is preventing us from acting as our authentic selves? What is preventing us from living and acting in accordance with our authenticity? So that's some prompts, some questions that I would ask you to ask yourself for the weekend forecast. What and specifically, and most of all, what is it that you know you need to do that you haven't been doing? Because I think it's time for you to do that thing. Within reason, be safe, and at harm none, do as you will. So that is our weekend forecast for this weekend, the Fool card from the Wild Messengers Alchemical Tarot. So I hope that helps you. And I think that's it for this episode, guys. Thank you all for tuning in, and get your writing done. For those of you that are doing the craziness that is National Novel Writing Month, let's take down the weekend forecast. I will remind you where your word count needs to be right now. So for day 20, you by the end of the day should be at 33,340 words. That is your word count that you need to be at right now. And then keep on adding 1,667 words daily in order to hit your 50,000 word goal by the end of the month. For me, my word count currently is, let me take a look, because I did a little bit of writing, but I haven't added it in totally. My word count right now is 31,714 words. So I got a little bit of writing to do tonight, but I'm feeling good, and I'm feeling like if I'm already at the 30,000 mark, that I'm definitely going to be a 3-time winner of NaNoWriMo this time around. So yeah, Thank you, Katie. Happy writing to me. And I hope the same for everyone that is writing, whether or not you're participating in National Novel Writing Month. I hope good writing. I hope your characters do interesting things. I hope you yell at them like like I yell at mine. I'm like, why are you doing that? No. But that's where conflict comes from, and that's where the writing comes from. If it's not interesting, then people aren't going to read it. Unfortunately, sometimes your characters do have to get into trouble for you to figure out how to write your way out of them, right? Ah, you're welcome. You're welcome, Lucy. Everyone make sure to follow Lucy on Facebook or wherever on social media so you can see her beautiful, beautiful art. Okay? Do me that favor. All right. That's it for this episode. Please go ahead and join me next Friday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for more updates on National Novel Writing Month and also a preview of the episodes for December. And if you would like a reading with me, you can go ahead to my website, tarotbyhillary.com. That is Hillary with one L, and book a reading for yourself. I would be happy to accommodate you over phone, Skype, or email. Until then, I am Hillary, professional tarot reader, demystifying the mystical and putting you in touch with the most beautiful of gifts, your own intuition. Because yes, my friend, do not argue with me. You have intuition. Stay well, stay safe. Have a wonderful weekend and a week ahead. And a great Thanksgiving if you're celebrating.